And we're off to races. Coon wants to take the Mustang. Incredible how Coon's Chevy doesn't have their own personalized little tags. It's just a piece of paper. I'd get creative and make it better, but here we go. And who's going to the car show? Who's going to the car show? Kiefer, the Mustang, the Bison, all that stuff. And I'm getting all my stuff set up in the truck, so it's a little bit more personal. And got my barn opener set up, or did I? You know, it's just so much stuff. It's just too many things to do. Did it take? It did. So, the kid is waiting on me. I was waiting on her. I didn't think she wanted to go. I mean, it's getting so late. I just thought that, you know what? Wow, this truck's air conditioning is really too much air conditioning. I didn't get my dang thing to work? No, come on. There it is. Oh, it doesn't end. Wait, there she is. So she's in the Mustang, which makes all the noise in the world. Because somebody you know modded it. So see if you hear the Mustang on the Mustang Day. Here's the Apple Play, which is cool. So yeah, the kid is all about the Ford Chevy Day. This is funny. So in the back seat, I'm assuming that Kiefer's a kid. I don't know. I have to check that up there. So here's the kid. She just loves that Mustang. She really does. I mean, it's incredible on how, if anybody really watches my channel, this is me gab away, you know the kid initially didn't want that car. Because I was going to trade her white Mustang for that. And she was adamant, kind of like, nah, I like my white Mustang. But once I did that modding on it by putting that Zr2 lowering springs on it, on all four corners, and then the bars, front and rear support bars, and the H-pipe, and the Roush exhaust system, and the shorty shifter. When that all came to be, all of a sudden she's like, wow, yeah, hey Dad, this is me. Which it is. It really is a great car. And maybe out there, I'm going to tell you right now, if you find a brand new GT Mustang that's in the $40,000 range, they're discounted, you're going to have a really nice car if you do what I just did. And it's not going to be a ton of money. You're going to probably put, I would say, maybe $4 or $5 grand into it, probably, but it really makes it a fun car. As I go down the road here in the brand new Chevy Colorado 2024 Zr2 Bison Edition, and you already know. What am I going to do? Well, tomorrow I'll probably go by LA tint and make it number 80. It'll be the 80th window tint, I believe, on their records. And I'll do the strip across the window. I'll do the two fronts. Do I do the rear? I don't know. Debatable. And give this thing a little bit more of its own personality. And then do I buy the side steps, which I'm very interested in getting those, and then do I get like the mud flaps for it? I am. You know, I could take it by good old Max custom exhaust. I don't really think there's much here to gain. I mean, I'd be amazed if he said, oh yeah, I can definitely make that thing have a nice little note to it. I'd be like, that's pretty cool. But I'd be amazed. And so here is a big Mother's Day gathering for church. I'm sure that the theme will be about the mothers. If you understand Mary, yeah, if you understand who Mary is, then you're probably a Christian individual. So, yeah, and there's the kid. Listen to her. You hear that thing? And she just loves that thing. And so things here. Now keep in mind, I've never punched this thing. So if somebody's watching my channel, I don't want to convey to anybody here that this thing is not, you know, powerful. That it's not a weak truck, but it's not the same as the Ranger that I've been used to riding around in. And here's the thing, you have to ride around these things for a little while. And so already this morning, drive this vehicle, to me it already has a different personality. It truly does have just a whole new, in fact, you know, I feel like right now this thing's really is got some good, I mean, you know, it really does get up the road very easily. I think the fuel mileage is going to be dismal. But once again, it's going to take some time of really being behind the wheel of this vehicle for a while to really get a true feeling for what this thing really is. And so that's that there in itself is what I totally really own these things and have them for a while. I don't really know if you can come to closure on a test drive. And I had an individual reach out on my channel here the other day that was saying, you know, that's lame that I'm making these comments that I own these vehicles and I'm going to have better interaction with them. And this person's like a 10-minute test drive in a vehicle and it's done. I know that vehicle and that's all you need. I'm thinking, are you kidding me? You're telling me you're going to know all the attributes to a vehicle in 10 minutes? There's no way. That just tells me that you don't really know the cars. There's no way you're going to come to closure in 10 minutes knowing that a vehicle really has all the pluses and minuses. You're just not. Now, sure, anyone get behind the wheel of a vehicle and feel like this is me, but you don't know all the quirks, the pluses. You just don't know all that stuff. There's no, anyway, so sorry. And that's what I say on my channel. You really get to see me own things and share with you what I learn and figure out and what makes sense, what doesn't, what's aggravating, what's exciting. And it's the reason I share my channel with others of all my antics to, hey, for anybody out there who wants to buy a Chevy Colorado Zr2, probably a really nice truck, non-Bison edition, and probably save yourself a good amount of money. I'm sure some will be like, I can do my own Bison upfitting on my vehicle if I want to spend the time and money and whatever. So I think the Chevrolet Colorado and the GMC Canyon are great vehicles. And I've always griped about the Toyota Tacoma being lame on that V6 motor. Terrible. But it's really interesting how I am blown away reading an in-depth article about the Toyota Tacoma Pro. And I'm telling you, they walk away not impressed with that vehicle, which, wow. Because for me, in so many ways, I would have waited it out, maybe gotten one of those. But the challenge is Toyota, everything's changing on the financial end, where the computers are dominating the end result. I mean, I talked to Kelly yesterday at that White Marsh Coons Chevrolet. You know, I just off the tip of my tongue, I want to say Coons Ford, because I'm the Ford guy for so many years. But anyway, she was saying that the dynamics of the finance division really is changing, where it really is coming down to the computer-based decision making. And I can only imagine with artificial intelligence, it's even going to ramp it up more. I would have to honestly say that, sadly, I would think if I'm a finance person in the auto industry, I'd have to say that your days are probably coming to an end. I would honestly say that niche is going to start to change. And so many years ago, back in 2008, 9, 10, the Obama administration was trying to mandate rules to take away these in-house financing at these car dealerships. That's a fact. If you're a real car guru and you're really into the car, following what's going on in the car industry, you go back 10 years ago, there was really a push. I would say 10 plus years ago. Probably 10 years ago, they were really pushing to look into getting these finance individuals out of these dealerships because they felt like they were persuading people to buy things that they shouldn't buy. They felt that they were upselling them things they didn't need, and they just felt like it should be a whole separate side of finance to the dealership, third party in so many ways. Which I'm sure a lot of car dealerships people are like, wow, that would change the dynamics of our industry very quickly. Because it'd be that much more challenging to overturn the no's and to get the deals done for the consumer that have more of a challenge to buy a car. But that's been on the table, and it would not surprise me at all with this new artificial intelligence that you start to hear more of this talk in the near future, that the car industry is going to start moving more towards the GPT, the ChatGPT, the generative pre-trained transformer that's at OpenAI, that artificial intelligence that starts really running the finance side of these dealerships and really starts thinning out the finance individuals. What's interesting here with my John Deere dealer is my good sales buddy Jimmy. He's telling me down there at the dealership that he works at, the Virginia Tractor, that for some reason all the big deals have been taken away from the salespeople. So when somebody comes in to buy a combine or an M7000 series or whatever, these bigger farming equipment units are. These are $500,000, $300,000 plus tractors and equipment, and the management has taken over their position and taken the sales from them. And you have to say to you, what's going on? Well, to me, it's obvious. It cuts out that nice commission to that sales guy to save on the monies being paid out on a monthly basis for the dealership. So once again, as this car industry, in so many words from so many others, is saying that the industry is in a shambles, the industry's in challenging times, more than ever, you'd have to honestly say that are the behind the scenes, are the big guys starting to really look at what would make sense, what doesn't make sense on the finance side of thinning out expenses. And then, the finance individuals, they get rewarded for upselling the gap insurance, the extended maintenance, the extended warranty, tire wheel, the paint protection. So finance people get rewarded from those upsells and get commissions off of those. Well, if it goes in-house with the artificial intelligence, but see, I think that would be more challenging. All right, every time I go into the office, we have to haggle back and forth for quite a while. How was this Mother's Day car show here? And not too bad, not too shabby. And I get to see my friends. So, lesson of another car conversation. Wow. Yeah. And here is the kid making some exhaust note. She's having a lot of fun. Her and her mother are going to go have a date for a great mother-daughter lunch and shopping event today. Isn't that great? Isn't that nice? Yeah, I think it's great. What's the Iceman going to do then? As we come into the Floors Decor Sunday morning car show from 9 to 11 in Leesburg, Virginia. Anybody up here, look up the Floor Decor and you will see these people standing around. And is my buddy Brent over there? Where is everybody? So it's a very quiet show. Not a lot here. And which I can understand that. The husbands will be called out for not being with the wife and the family or whatever it may be to enjoy the event. Meaning they need to be at home and they need to be enjoying their time with the family. So, where is he? And who is that? I'm looking around. Where are they? Wow. Oh, there he is.
What are you doing?
How was it?
I'm in love.
With what?
My car.
Oh, I thought the Bison. How's the Bison look behind you?
I love it.
Does it look mean? Does it look burly? Does it look growly? Let's see here if we can see my friend.
Brett?
Hey, Z06 man. Mr. Hot Pants.
What, huh?
Mr. Hot Pants, the car, not your pants. What's going on?
What's up, buddy?
So I should have been at the cigars and coffee.
You never
show.
went there.
Well, I had other important.
Go either.
I had other important
Come
things.
here. Come on here. Come here.
Hey, but I had other important things to do.
You did.
It new off the press.
What?
I'm excited.
What did you get?
A shirt.
Wow.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, man. Very nice
I
of you.
love that.
She will wear it with joy and
It's a new
and
color,
pride.
too, this year.
Wow.
Yeah, anytime.
Thank you so much.
Where'd you get that?
I had more important things yesterday.
Dude.
Do you even know what that is?
No, I've never even seen that.
Okay,
I know
so-
it's in Colorado.
Right, so it's the ZR2 package, but it's upstaged with the AEV, the Adventure Expedition Vehicle
nuts.
accessories. So it's a Bison edition.
I've
So,
never- yeah.
so it's oh no, get into it. And Kiefer's back there; he won't bug you. So this is like the Z06 type of package. It's all
No.
So yeah, so I've been out of the Chevy product for so many years. You know what's going on? Didn't I tell you? Once I got the Camaro and the Z20 and the Z06,
You're in.
I'm going to start now buying Chevy stuff. And the danger is,
I love the color too.
oh, this is right.
Oh my god.
And so this is reminds me of 1978. My dad and I went to the Chevy dealer in 1978.
Tell me you brought him. Did you?
You're
bring
so
his
funny.
lights?
Yeah, he's right there on the floor. So in 1978, my dad and I in January went and ordered a Chevy pickup truck, step side,
Yeah.
4-wheel drive, this color.
Wow.
So this makes me think of me as being like a kid again with my father because it was like the same type of color. And it's so cool, man. And it's hard to believe. These are not, these
never
really
even
are,
seen one.
well, they're very, per se, rare out there. So it's got the spring and bed liner, but it's the 4-cylinder. So if you're watching my channel, I tried to buy a Raptor Ranger this past week.
That's why I watched you. Test drive it.
But they wanted 15 grand over, then they were at 10, but the next day they were at 7,500, but I was like, I'm going to sit it out. I'm not paying that stupid ADM. So if they would have done 5, I probably would have bought it. But then I wouldn't have this, which I think this looks better.
No, this looks fantastic.
I mean,
so I saw you guys coming because I knew that was a dark horse, and I was like, what?
That's not the dark horse.
That's, well, yeah.
That's the GT.
The GT. I mean,
But, right,
it's
I
hard to
know.
tell.
You can't keep track of it, right?
Yeah, and then I was like, that's not them. I was like, there's no way. I was like, what's that red truck behind?
Oh,
I
that's
was like,
you have
there's
good
no-
eyes. That's pretty impressive.
no way,
So what? I mean, so here, honestly, for you, because I think this looks badass in the Ranger Raptor.
Oh, I mean, that front hood, just look how aggressive that thing is.
But it looks like a miniature truck. It's like a miniature 1500
Yeah, correct.
Chevy.
Yeah, I couldn't even tell you what that truck was pulling in. I was like,
Okay, so right, so that's what. So I think that I really let's see how it's cut out the bow tie.
Yeah, the flow tie.
Yeah, flow tie. Yeah, that's right. That's what they call it, flow
Yeah,
tie.
flow tie Z28.
Yeah, yeah.
Z28 was the first thing to ever open that up.
Right, you're right.
Flow tie.
Yeah. So for me, I really think that.
Wow.
But here's what's crazy. So I wasn't gonna go to Ted Britt. I went to White Marsh, Maryland yesterday.
Okay.
And that's where I found this. But Ted Britt Chevy in Sterling had a black one.
Yeah.
Actually optioned out a little bit more than I probably would have wanted.
Yeah.
But the sales guy, you don't know what they're doing. So I reached out 9 o'clock yesterday morning to go take a test drive of that vehicle.
Yeah.
And so we were texting back and forth. So he says, what time you come down? I said, I come down at 11. He says, great. A few minutes go by, he texts back. Oh, there's another guy to look at 11 o'clock. I'm like, I'm out.
Yeah,
I'm out. I'm like, forget it. Forget it.
Playing this game, man.
It's like I'm not going to go there and sit around. And then, or who the heck knows if it's more of a be so lucky to buy it.
Yeah,
because
it's a whole game.
so. But I really wanted this color instead of a black. But here's the
so
thing:
nice.
Kuhn's White Marsh took $3,100 off this truck. And so I don't think I would have gotten that off down there at Ted Britt
No,
Chevy.
there's no way.
So the price difference, it's like a $6,000-$7,000 difference in price that I paid for this, which
And
I think
it's
it
the
did
color
okay.
you want.
Yes, I love his color, but it doesn't have the leather trimmed out interior. It doesn't have the adaptive cruise, or this way made a big mistake. So look at this here. So here, I'll be curious for you to get in this vehicle so I can get steps. I can bolt on steps. It has an accessory where you just bolt on a step here.
Like lay down. It's crazy how that looks.
So
that's how it.
right. So getting out of this thing, now you're a tall guy, so you should be okay.
But that's still.
But go ahead, sit in if you want, because I want to show you something. I want you to look at something, and if you have to move the seat back, you
no,
can.
that's good.
And you're a big guy.
Yeah.
I mean, but how do you feel being as big as you are? And you can move the seat back a lot more if you want.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm 6'4".
Right. And you can put the seat down.
I could.
But here's where they screwed up. You know how Chevy has the rearview mirror built into the camera?
Yeah, the camera.
So this doesn't have it. What do you see right now in your back rearview mirror?
Oh, half tire.
Yeah. So this edition, Bison edition, should have been mandated that the rear view camera should have been mandated.
Is the up one have the rear view camera?
I guess it does. I don't know. So I never went to Ted Britt Chevy because it was too much from Ted Britt Chevy to White Marsh, Maryland. There's no way. But I think they've done good. I think Chevy's stepped it up because I looked 9 years ago of buying the Chevy Colorado.
Yeah.
I could never get excited with the interior. It was always so cheesy.
I actually like this.
I know. I think they've done a good job.
I think it looks good.
I mean, I think they've done, and if you feel the material, like Kiefer's back here, it feels like a pretty rough.
Yeah, and it'll take some
abuse.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to get some seat covers for it and all. Only I don't like is the headrest doesn't adjust. So I don't understand how they do that.
Yeah, but do you think that's in the crazier package? But why would they?
No, they
There's
wouldn't
no
do
way.
that. No, because they get a lot of things you're just not going to change up. And this is what cracks me up. Look at the analog lights. No, you're in 2024. They're still plugging in little 30, 40-year-old plug.
Bulbs, yeah.
Yes. Can you believe that?
Yeah,
That's hard to
yellow light
believe.
bulbs.
But then what I say is this is where I think they blew it. Because it's so lame under the hood. They didn't do any Zr2. They didn't do any decorative. They didn't do any creativity where you pay $62,000 for this truck because it's the Bison edition.
But you know what it's better than? It's better than that was it the Ranger?
Yeah.
That was.
Oh, I know that. Right. Exactly. It's in rat's nest.
It's just like tubes. And
Yes. Right. So
that's not nice either.
So you think they have a Zr2 thing in the hood, or they're over here?
Pull itself up and,
Right. I mean, but they, what's so incredible? I had a 2018 Chevy Silverado LTZ edition.
Yeah.
I sometimes wish I didn't saw a thing. Yeah. When we went to Florida, I saw 29 miles per gallon out of that 327. Wow. Remember, they had a 5.3 327 in that.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
So this truck, if my Silverado, full size, 4-wheel drive, going to Florida with gear in it, doing 80 miles an hour, I'm doing 25, 30 miles a gallon. Could you imagine the 327 in this thing? It'd get 30 miles a gallon.
Yeah, easy.
And this thing, they say, if you look here at the sticker, it says it's going to have like 17 miles a gallon. I'll be amazed if you get 15.
So the tires are going to hurt you too.
Well, 35. Yes, 35. So here's the price, 62. And so Sterling is at 66 and change.
Yeah, it's good.
So but here's the thing. It's 16. I'll be amazed if you get 15. And so once again, if you think about it, if there was a small that 327 is in there, it wouldn't be struggling.
Yeah.
So here's what I tell people.
What is that? A turbo?
Yeah, it's one turbo. It's a 4-cylinder.
Wow.
I think I don't even know. I haven't looked up the specs. I think this is like a 300 maybe horsepower, 320. That is a 2.7 liter.
Yeah.
But on my Ford side, the 2.7 liter is a V6 twin turbo.
Twin turbo, yeah.
So I tell people on my channel, if you're wanting the real exhaust note, the real, you're gonna have to go to the Raptor truck.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
But if you want the look, you want just a nice package, a badass looking truck, you're going to be
so good.
Yeah, right. I think they did a great job.
That truck is insane
Right.
looking.
And so the AUV, you're paying for the upstage front, the hooks in the way that I guess I don't know if that has a winch capability or not, but you're paying for the side bars. Then you're paying for the little bit of a lift suspension, the bigger tire, the bead locks, the rear bumper. So and I think this thing will always, within reason, be a pretty. They say like the 2017-18 Zr2s, they're still holding like $40,000 values, which isn't too bad.
Yeah, you might have to. I would check Chevy. I mean, that probably wouldn't be a hard retrofit if they had something
for the camera. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
the camera?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be interesting. That's a good point. No, we're talking about.
Rear view camera.
I'm talking about knowing how you don't like that.
I love those cameras.
I do too.
I love them.
So I have it in my Ram TRX.
Yeah.
And
I mean, all the vets have it. Even my Kia Telluride has it.
Yeah.
Even in 2020.
Right, and that's why. But it's the engineers. It's the constant challenge of the guys. So here, I give them credit for putting the tire in the bed where you have a lot of room still.
Yeah.
Because none of them put it in the middle. And they have no.
You can't do anything with
right. So the downside of this is though, you can't put a tonneau cover on.
Yeah.
You can't put a cap on unless you take that all out. Which you can. It's all removable.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So so anyways, just really cool.
I don't think it would really kill it if you just if I guess if it was that much of an issue to take it out.
Oh, I don't think. I mean, it's also I do. These type of tires still don't get flats because they're so aggressive. You know what I mean?